Sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Fariba. I am the principal at Fischer+Makooi Architects, and I'm going to actually share a first project that is kind of exciting because we couldn't really do this before, but ArkDesign helped us. Um, uh, I hope you can share. You can see this. Um, can you see my screen? Yeah. So, so we had this. We normally do projects in New York City. A lot of the uh, lots are squarish or rectangular. We had this funky site that was an existing building. We had to carve out some of the exterior, pieces to create courtyard to be able to get light and air for conversion to a residential building. It used to be a commercial building. So with most of the projects, it's very easy with the square ones. We can, lay out the project, but this one was really funky. So I'm so glad that ArkDesign was able to help us, create these diagrams to show how many apartments we can fit and what we can actually, how we can lay it out. And then from here, I basically do, I hope you can see this one now. We can, from there, from what they created, we started actually laying out, where the bathrooms go, where the kitchen go, and how the apartment flows. Now, I'm going to start with just how we start the project. We look at the zoning, we figure out, what can be built on the project. And then based on that, I use AI program, ArkDesign, to, let's say I'm going to create one with you right now if you want to just follow us. So I will just call this a project, test street. How's that? Test street project. And then we have to pick what we are using in terms of the dimensions. And let's say, as based on the zoning information that I got already, I'm going to have 10 stories in this building. The zone is R10, and maximum height is 185 for R10 on a narrow building. So I'm going to put that in. And then I'm going to go to picking whether it's a corner lot or interior lot, or sometimes it's, a three-sided or four-sided lots. So for this one, I will pick interior lot. And then you can change the dimensions that are in the square, as you can see. Let's say our frontage is about 80 feet. I'm going to put that in. So it automatically shows that it's 80 by 100. And then I go to the next step. So for this squarish project, we can set up, what we need for the rear yard and what the building dimension is going to be. 68 is usually a good dimension, so I'm going to keep it. We have 30 feet from the window for light and air, so we keep the 68 with the walls and the core. 68 is a pretty good dimension. And 78, I don't need to have that much space in between, so I could make it a little bit bigger on both sides if I can pick it. Anyway, I can probably just do 79 here with seismic joint. So we have our building dimensions here, and then the AI is going to give me where we are going to have our core. So for a square building like this one, In New York City, we can do scissor stairs, so I can choose this one. But in other locations in United States or anywhere, you have two stairs, so you can choose any of these choices. But I'm going to choose this one for our purposes. And then for the first floor, I can just create a different first floor. Let's say I add a ground floor here. I'm going to add a cellar here. And I will start showing that, I'm going to create an enclosure. Let's say I'm going to put my lobby in this location. Oops, sorry. I'm not sure what happened there. Okay, so we're going to create an enclosure here. So this is going to be our residential lobby. It's corridor, but we can call it, lobby for, I'll just say resi lobby. Oops. Okay. And then for this portion, on the first floor, we usually use commercial. Sometimes for the first floor, I can, extend the building all the way to the back. Uh, and then I go back to the section. I'm going to create a second floor. Let's say second through fifth floor is going to be the same. I'm going to delete some of these for now because I may actually change um, the layout on the upper floor. So I will go to create layouts on this one. So here I'm going to start creating apartments, right? Oh, I have to go back 1 second. So these walls, we are not going to have windows here. So I'm going to change that to become a block wall. So I'm going to erase. And this one, we're going to create it a block wall. Sorry, I have to see. Okay, now I will pick here and go to create my apartments. Usually the developers tell us I need 25%, studios and 50% one bedrooms, 25% two bedrooms. So I usually put percentages, and then once we look at the layouts, if it doesn't work out, I will change, some of the layouts to make the percentages work. But I like to work with the percentages. So now we're going to see how it's going to create all these, whether it's studio or one bedroom or so. Now I have two studios. The red ones are studios, the blue ones are one bedroom, and the pink ones are a two bedroom. So now I'm getting two different layouts. Which one do I want to pick? This one seems to be kind of better for for the purposes that we have. I'm going to select this one. Then I will look at the studio. The studio seems a little too small, and maybe I can split the wall and just move the wall because I'm thinking about how am I going to lay this out. I may put the kitchen over here, the bathroom over here, the entrance is here, and the studio works out much better. So this is how I can shift walls to make the apartments work better in terms of dimensions. And I'm also thinking, how am I going to lay this out? Is it going to work for what I have in mind? And then I go to section again. So these are all the same apartments. Now, from the sixth floor, I may have to set back. So I will call this 6th through 10th floor. Okay, now So this one, I will change something. Let's say I need to have a setback, 10-foot setback. I will create the 10-foot setback as we go. And, I may have a dormer, so I will keep this one the same. So once again, I'm going to keep the rest of the apartments the same. I just want to redo this one because this is a um, new layout for us. So I'm going to start creating this one. Here, I'm going to look to see what makes sense, right? So this maybe, a small 1 bedroom would make sense and a 2 bedroom. So I will choose to say that, I want to have a 1 bedroom here and a 1 bedroom here. I mean, 2 bedroom. So it's going to give me the layout first. So it chose this one to be a 3 bedroom, but it's okay because I would probably go and make this one a 3 bedroom and this one a 2 bedroom. The dimensions and things may work better this way. So by changing these walls, I can change the layout and make a studio versus a 1 bedroom. Here I'm going to change it again and I'm going to lay out another studio here. So that's it. So then now I'm going to add these floors up to 10 stories because that's what I wanted to have, but with a setback. Now I can go to building information and all my calculations are here. My percentages are here. It's 27%, 27%. It's close enough, but if I feel like I want to have more 2 bedrooms, I go back to the plan and change something there, and it changes all the percentages. This is pretty close to, let's say, what they wanted because they wanted to have 50%, 25 and 25%. This is close, but I could also change it if I feel like they want to be closer than this one. Then I have all the, parts that I need, gross floor area, the deductions. I could set up the deductions. I didn't do that for this one. Maybe somebody else who's presenting can do that to show you how we do the deductions. And then the efficiency is so important for us to get the efficiency because most of my clients are asking me, the first thing they ask me, how efficient can this building be? And look at this, we have 91% efficiency here. So that's pretty good. Then I will go back to making a PDF. Oh, by the way, so the 3D is already created. So diagrammatically, it shows where the dormer is, where the setback is, and we can turn this around any views that we want to have. And then sometimes, I take photos of this geometry, and then, I present it to the client. So here I'm going to export this into PDF. It takes a little bit of time. My computer is a little slow, but it's making it. And after it creates the PDF, I can, it's a presentable PDF and I show it to the clients. I don't know how much more time I have, DT, but I'm going to be fast this time. Okay, so let me just open this.
It's fine.
Oh, okay. Okay, so, this is the PDF that was created. I think there's some bug here that I'm not sure what happened with this one, but I have the 3D. It shows me how many floors I have, what the number of units we have, and the value. A lot of marketing people use this in terms of what can be created with the value. And then I have my sections here and the floor plans. I didn't plan the cellar, but I can plan the cellar with some mechanical spaces. And the first floor, which is the full floor, and then our apartments. They're with the setback apartment and all the charts right here. And that is how I present to the clients. So if we were to do this, with our computers, I will have to sketch this up, show where, how we have the apartments, give it to someone to actually draw it up, do the square footages, put it in an Excel sheet to get these charts, and set it up for the percentages and how many units I have, and all of this is created, by the AI, and I get it almost immediately. So that's all I wanted to show you. I don't know if you guys could follow and create one of your own. I hope you did. But that's all I have, Iti. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Fariba.